Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we're checking out why American roads are so dangerous. Yeah, we're gonna find out why it is. I think we have a little bit of knowledge why based on the other videos that we've reacted to. Like there's hints, but we'll see. Yeah, before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button. Let's get it.
A horrific crash caught on camera. In Bellevue, new video showed bus one person dead, five others hurt when
Oh my god, this is how we're gonna start? And then did you see the girl at the restaurant? She got oh now I have another paranoia. Like I don't know why I just put myself in situations where I'm in paranoid because I like to watch like crime investigation shenanigans, and then obviously it gives me trust issues with everyone. So there you go. And then I already have like fear of like humans and everything, and now this, I mean it's still humans behind them, so yeah, makes sense. Oh, okay, okay. Well, if you see me in public and you say hi and then I just run the other way, well, you know why. Maybe you're like Ruki's so funny. She thinks I'm gonna yeah, just take it as a joke because I have trust issues, right? So one day, if you see me walking around, and then you're like, "Hi," and I'm just like, "Whoop," the opposite way, you know, she cray.
caught on camera.
This one, like, she's gone. Oh my god, it became red, or was it red all the time? Okay, why am I
A
rewatching
horrific
this?
crash caught on camera. In Bellevue, new video
No.
showed bus one person dead, five others hurt when two cars crashed.
Each day, around 100 people die on American roads. This is the road fatality rate among EU member states, and this is where America stands. When comparing the American to the EU average, it's quite a difference. Road crashes have been normalized in our society, and in 2019, road crashes cost American society $340 billion. But just because so many people drive in America doesn't mean there should be so many crashes. A recent article found that even when adjusted for distance driven, the US road fatality rate remains double the average of other wealthy nations. Several reasons were highlighted, like distracted driving and speeding. But the article, like so many others, misses what should have been at the core of discussion years ago: the design of streets. This is your typical American street, a sea of asphalt, and this is an improved version that considers a balance between accessibility, safety, and livability. How should America redesign its streets? In the last decade, total traffic fatalities have risen by 31%, whereas in the EU, they have fallen by 22%. Furthermore, the most basic form of freedom, walking, has never been more dangerous. Pedestrian fatalities have risen a whopping 77% in the last decade. The majority of fatal crashes happen in urban areas, and it's also where you'll find the majority of crashes involving pedestrians and cyclists. The problem is this: American streets are designed as wide and straight stretches of asphalt for miles. These design principles follow those behind highways, which are intended for comfortable, high-speed driving over long distances. However, unlike highways, city streets are full of houses and shops. If a street is a large patch of asphalt, people won't pay as much attention and can and will drive fast despite a speed limit. Whereas if a street has reduced space for cars and has traffic calming measures, drivers will pay more attention and drive slower. So most American streets are designed to allow high-speed driving and don't provide the option to walk or cycle safely, unlike European ones such as those in the Netherlands, which are designed to discourage high-speed driving and provide an option to walk and cycle safely. In 2022, speeding was a
Yeah, I feel like you can cycle in the Netherlands one that they showed with like music, right? You don't have to necessarily like listen to the world to be able to cycle your merry way, right? But I feel like if you're going to cycle in the States, you need your ears. You cannot cycle with earphones or headset or whatever, because you will never hear maybe somebody's like whoops, right? Even here in our city, there's a law now. They made a law that you cannot walk while listening to your earphone yeah, your music or whatever is in your ears. You can't walk with earphones, because there's a lot of cases wherein people are walking their merry way and then cars are just like "Brook," like really. So that's why it's now our duty as people to not use it while we walk. Yeah, just because people cry, cry.
A contributing factor in 29% of all traffic fatalities. Simply lowering the speed limit or encouraging drivers to share the road isn't going to help, because the road design itself should convey the need for slower speeds. This is why countries like the Netherlands have completely redesigned their road network over the last few decades. This is an intersection from the 1970s in Amsterdam. Back then, most streets were a sea of asphalt, like in the US, but they changed it. This is the same street today. They've planted trees, put in a bike lane and a continuous pavement, and created a one-way access street to limit through traffic in the 30-kilometer-per-hour residential area. A sustainable road network strikes a balance between accessibility, safety, and livability. Since the 1990s, the Dutch have adopted the concept of sustainable safety, which implies that roads are designed to prevent serious crashes and reduce the severity of those crashes that occur. Creating a forgiving road design reduces the likelihood of serious injury or death in the event of a crash. One of the most important design principles in sustainable safety is a clear hierarchy of roads. I talked more about Dutch road design in one of my previous videos, so I won't go into too much detail. This is a well-designed distributor road. There is a curbside protected bike lane, and the road has one lane in each direction, separated by a median to prevent head-on crashes. And at bigger intersections, roundabouts are often the preferred option. Now, let's do a comparison. Take a look at this typical small American intersection that has been improved recently with a bike lane and a pedestrian crossing. And this is a small typical Dutch intersection. Notice the difference? Both streets have a bike lane, however, in the American one, cyclists are squeezed in between the roadway and parking, while in the Netherlands, they are physically protected. Most
We need that here also, because nobody wants to freaking bike on a road wherein a truck could just come and ram you to the afterlife, right? Like, nobody needs that. The people who design roads like this, do they think? Maybe not, because clear, like I told you that story when I was in Manila and my friend was like, "Okay, we're gonna cycle to the gym," and I was like, "F, no choice." So we did, and oh my gosh, that's the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. So coming back home, I was like, "Nah, bish, I'm just gonna walk with a bicycle on the footpath, which never existed 90% of the way." So still walking on that place with a bicycle. It's not even a designated bicycle uh part of the road actually. It was just the road, like it was just a road wherein you can fit, and there's no like human walking path. It was just like this. Ugh, it's crazy. I can't even explain it. But anyways, yeah. So it's kind of like more risky There's some places, obviously Manila, that they have designated bike paths. Maybe probably in BGC you will find those. But other places, none. Here they're trying to implement that, so that's good. But for the most part, you'll just see a road for cars, and then if you're lucky, you'll find footpaths for people. And then as long as you can squeeze your bicycle on the side, go for it. If there's a footpath, that's where people will ride your bicycle. If there's none, then of course you have to join the cars. And just be careful you don't get hit. Okay, that's all we go. Our helmet in this situation or protection is good luck. Hope it's not your day. That's it.
Most importantly, though, the Dutch intersection includes traffic islands. Traffic islands play a crucial role in enhancing pedestrian safety at intersections and pedestrian crossings. They allow pedestrians and cyclists to cross a street in two stages while also making drivers slow down. Moreover, Dutch streets generally have fewer lanes, making crossing for pedestrians much safer. And it's not the number of lanes that determines the capacity of a road. It's the intersection, which is why the number of lanes is kept to a minimum even on large arterial roads and only increases just before reaching an intersection. Large arterial roads may even have speed bumps. However, speed bumps are typically installed on access roads. Access roads are residential streets that make up traffic-calmed residential areas where bicycles and cars can share the road. But this only works if there are adequate traffic calming measures. Most importantly, access roads should be narrow to achieve lower speeds. Through careful road design, the Dutch systematically reduced the possibility of road crashes and have achieved an impressive 80% reduction in road fatalities over the last 50 years. Not only has adopting sustainable safety created one of the safest road networks in the world, but it has also led to the creation of some of the world's most livable urban environments. By decreasing the space for cars and encouraging walking and cycling, accidents are reduced with fewer drivers on the road. By having safe streets, children can travel by bicycle on their own and develop a sense of independence rather than solely relying on their parents to drive them around everywhere. While most American cities
And that is why, like, a lot of Americans will want a car early because they want to be independent. So, because of the road structure, right? Everybody needs a car. So, it's just like overpopulated with cars everywhere. I don't know how it works. I mean, America is huge though still, but in a household you will probably have like four, five, six, depending on how many people drive, right? Oh my gosh.
consist of low-density suburbia where driving is the go-to option. This doesn't mean that it can't create traffic-calmed roads and provide the opportunity for safe walking and cycling. So, instead of distributor roads being a sea of asphalt, we can narrow the space for cars, create green spaces, bike lanes, and pavements, and plant plenty of trees. It's important to note that many more changes can be implemented, and redesigns like this offer a quick insight into how streets should generally look. Nobody wants to live next to a highway. Therefore, instead of planning streets only for cars, it's time to redesign them as streets for everybody to stop people from dying and create more accessible and more livable cities. If you are interested more in urbanism, make sure to check out my video about road and street design in the Netherlands, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video.
That was great. It's not like America doesn't have the space. They have all the space in the world to make it happen. Um, I mean, I don't know about New York and LA, but other parts, I think they've got the space to do it. Well, we don't have space over here. That's our problem to create such development, and we do not trust the people to do their jobs. But hey, you know what? They're good ones there. Like our mayor, he's one of them because he's changing the road structure here. Like I'm super proud when I see the changes. I'm like, Have you been to Europe lately? Why you like look at our roads, right? It's changing. I mean, like little bit of changes, so that's great. I love that. And I don't know about the rest of the Philippines, so don't ask me. Um, well, is there someone right now that is like, yo, like taking it to the higher ups and saying, yo, can we do this for our city or for our roads? Or are they clueless? Or are they like, F it, we don't have time? Or we don't have the budget, right? But, anyways, beautiful peeps, let me know. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.